Hello, Orange Theory members. My name is Dave Morrocco, and my wife Jeanette and I are the owners of the Orange Theory fitness locations in Cottonwood Heights, Draper, Holladay, Sandy, and South Jordan. And I wanted to talk to you about some of the preparations that we're making in anticipation of our reopening on May 23rd. So we know it's top of mind for everybody that health and safety, has to be such an important consideration during this time. We have felt like we've always built a culture that's put a very high premium on health and safety and cleanliness. And we certainly want to demonstrate to you guys that we can be best in class in this category. So that's part of the reason why we're waiting until May 23rd. Some of the things that are going into our planning process include, and Orange Theory actually has a medical advisory board that's helped with regards to the input on the safety protocols and even down to the chemicals and kind of cleaning supplies that we should be using. We want to ensure that we have the time to properly train the team. We are making various preparations of the facility. We're actually going to do 3 professional deep cleanings between now and opening. We're going to be doing electrostatic cleaning. We're going to be putting in touchless sanitizers, and we're going to make sure the facility is set up in such a way that allows for proper physical distancing. We're also going to make sure we secure the proper supplies, so premium antiviral gym wipes, non-contact digital thermometers that we'll be using, disposable gloves, top-grade EPA disinfectants and hand sanitizers. These are all materials that are very hard to secure right now. They're in very high demand, so we want to make sure we have those supplies in place. So what are the Salt Lake County Health Department guidelines with respect to fitness centers? They're pretty straightforward. Anyone with COVID-19 symptoms would not be allowed on the premises. Face coverings would be required except during heavy physical activity. Basically, it's 10-foot spacing of the facility if members are not wearing masks, and then 6-foot spacing if members are wearing masks. They're also asking for proper sanitization of workout equipment between each use, and during this time, they are not allowing any shower access. So we certainly want to go way above and beyond what's required at the state and local level. Some of the things that we're doing include electrostatic cleaning, which actually creates a physical barrier against viruses for up to 28 days. We're actually going to be doing that twice a month as an extra layer of precaution. We're putting in these air sanitizers, which are very effective for killing viruses, mold, pollen, bacteria. And there's actually only one that's required for the size of our workout space, but we're actually going to install 2 as, again, another layer of additional protection. And then we use specifically premium rated antiviral gym wipes, not antibacterial wipes. Antibacterial wipes are very popular in gyms. They are not effective for killing viruses. What are some of the things that are going to change for you guys during the check-in procedures? Again, we're doing a couple different things here that are not required by state and local guidelines, but we think they're still very important for your protection. One is that we're actually going to be doing temperature screening of every guest and member that comes through the door, and that includes employees as well. Anybody with a temperature that registers 104 degrees or higher will be denied entry. That is actually the CDC guideline for how you determine somebody has a fever. So we want to certainly screen out all those folks that have a fever, that they're not going to be allowed into the studio. We're actually going to be performing verbal checks as well with everybody to make sure they do not have any COVID-19 symptoms. And we're going to be asking for everybody to sanitize their hands as they come into the studio. Now, after that process is completed, you will be assigned a particular station at your request as far as what area you want to start out in the workout area. And then you're actually going to be allowed to go inside the studio and stand at your station before the class. And that's going to allow us to ensure that there's that proper physical distancing that's in place from the time that we start the class. So again, anything with green check marks, I just want to kind of alert you guys to, are not required by state and local guidelines. So this is all part of what we call a layered protection program. And we wanted to kind of walk you through this a little bit more. So before class, as I mentioned, we're going to be doing this electrostatic spraying that's going to provide that layer of protection that is long lasting. We're also going to be doing disinfectant cleaning with EPA rated cleaning solutions. As you enter the facility, we're going to be doing the temperature scanning, as well as we are going to be asking you to sanitize your hands. So again, we'll have those dispensers right available at the front door. During class, we're going to be running that air purification system. And we're also going to be generously distributing those antiviral wipes to make sure all the equipment is properly sanitized for everybody's use. And then after class, we're actually going to go through another cleaning cycle of all the equipment. And we are going to be professionally cleaning the studios 7 days per week. So again, as you look at all the things that are happening on this screen, anything with a green check mark would basically represent those things that we're doing that are not required by state and local guidelines, but is a way for us to be kind of best in class in terms of our safety and cleanliness. Regarding face coverings, so face coverings, again, are going to be required in those classes where there is 6 foot of spacing. We are actually sourcing masks from 2 different companies. One is right out of Orem. These are masks that we have analyzed and have determined are quite comfortable and very breathable. We know masks are kind of a sensitive issue. Not everybody's in love with the idea of having to wear a mask. So we wanted to make sure there were at least a couple of options available where they become a very acceptable solution. I can tell you that I have tried them personally and have found them to be quite acceptable in the experience. I've gone outside running and I've run up hills and found them to be a good solution to the extent that masks are required. And keep in mind too that by wearing a mask, it is another form of protection. So it's one more additional barrier that helps us prevent any additional transmission of viruses or any other illnesses. There will be some class options without masks, so we know that for those that just have a lot of reservations about wearing any mask whatsoever, there will be a couple of classes on the schedule that will not require the use of masks. So to wrap up here, I just wanted to say that we know that safety is a very high priority for you. We want you to know that it is a #1 priority for us. We hope that you've seen some evidence of this, both in the course of this presentation, and we hope you see a lot of evidence of it in your experience in our studios, and we hope to see you very, very soon.